Hi, I'm Keegan, and this is A Bunch of Gamers. This is our 181st episode of Werewolf the Apocalypse 20th Anniversary Edition. Night and day. I'm going to go around and have my players introduce themselves.
I'm Tyler, and I play Kyle, also known as Guards the Low. He's a Philodox of the Children of Gaia.
Hi, I'm Sam. I play Cora. She's an Aruna in the Geta Fenris.
Hi, I'm Adam. I play Mark Guides the Fallen, and he's a Thurge of the Children of Gaia.
Hi, I'm Sean. I play Zeb Speaks-in-Sweet-Whispers. He is a Theurge of the Silent Striders.
Hello, my name is Riley, and I am playing Dimitri Howls-In-Memory, Lupus Galliard of the Bone Gnawers.
Hi, my name is George. I am playing William Grows-Matrices. He is a rune of the Glasswalkers.
Last time, Cora and Mark entered the Abyss with Kyle and were separated as a battle of strange ghostly legions and black spiral dancers forced them to split up. Cora and Mark have been haunted by visions as they move deeper and deeper into the Abyss, trying to find their way and trying to find Kyle. Meanwhile, Zeb went over to the East Coast to learn the greater rite of mourning, aiding some Silent Striders in causing an earthquake and shutting down a coal mine that risked awakening an ancient Bane. And at Sacred Stone, Dimitri had been working with some of the kin, checking up on things, and then was then approached by Steven, who came up with the idea of going to New York City and dealing with more police officers with less than peaceful means after what was deemed a second Christmas massacre. Now their story continues. Kyle, you're in the Abyss. As you're walking a trail, there's golden coins, chalices, and the like embedded in the very rock. It's nearly impossible to see as the moon sets and the armies fighting behind you start to quiet. I need you to roll Perception Primal Urge, difficulty 8, please. Alright, you sit in total darkness, completely sensory deprived until the next day. The moon rising, just barely, as you just have just enough to see in the crimson skies as you start moving on. Unsure of where your companions are, I need a Dex Athletics roll as you try and shimmy across a fissure that grows thin, and you need to balance your way across.
I'm sorry, could you say that diff one more time?
Diff, what form are you in?
I'm going to be almost certainly in Lupus.
Okay, then we're going to say it's going to be difficulty 7. As you cross and you see several caves, things like that, the abyss winding down further and further. You travel for a few days, and I need you to spend 1 point of gnosis for feeding.
Done.
The Garu of Legend starts to appear shimmering in one of the caves, his eyes the only thing gleaming as his hand seems to touch the edge of the abyss, or the edge of the cliff that he's on, hanging over you as it looks like it starts to crack into nothingness. Nightmaster looms.
What brings you here?
I'm seeking a Garu who has fallen into the abyss, but it is an honor to see you again, Nightmaster.
Then seek deeper. Go lower. You've been traveling for many days now, many moons, and it is good that you've traveled this long. As Luna's face grows brighter, you will be able to see deeper into the abyss.
Do you know where I might find Scent of the Untouched Hills? You say deeper, but...
Follow the paths. Just wind back and forth. Surely you'll find him. Surely you'll find other things that have been lost as well.
I'm certain you're right. Particularly about finding other things. Have you seen my packmates?
They climbed into the abyss, looking for you.
Well, deeper regardless then. Thank you.
He vanishes into the cave, and you're not sure if he was there at all. So you continue your climb. Meanwhile, Cora, Mark, the image of Nightmaster there stands looming.
Mark will be tense and on edge.
Nightmaster, nice to see you.
You seek something.
Well, yes. Priority 1 is finding our packmate.
Then you should go deeper. He continues to climb towards his goals. And Luna starts to grow full. It'll allow you to see deeper into the abyss before the visions fully take you.
Would you be able to transport us to him?
Why would I do that?
For us to go deeper?
The abyss eats the weak, and the strong climb. I don't know how strong you are. You're still so high up, fluttering little birds, afraid to see the bottom of the trees.
Then we climb down. I'm sure we'll run into Kyle.
Hopefully soon. Thank you, Nightmaster.
As you turn around, Nightmaster's just gone.
Cora will give a shiver. Every time she sees him, she's like, he's gonna kill us this time, I'm sure.
You know Nightmaster?
We met him before, last time we were here.
Last time you were here.
We've had a lot of adventures.
And so, back at Sacred Stone, William, you see Dimitri and Steven with a bunch of glass, like they've got giant recycling bins worth of glass bottles, as they're talking with and Steven getting ready to yell at the gatekeeper to open a moon bridge for them.
Dimitri, Steven,
Hey, William.
how's it going as he eyes the large amounts of glass?
It's going all right. Steven and I are actually just about to leave for the green. There's riots happening, and we figured that it was time to throw some punches back at the police.
Gonna burn
Okay.
some cop cars.
Sounds like a good thing to me. But why are you about to yell at the gatekeeper?
We're yelling at the gatekeeper because they don't want to open the moon bridge in the physical realm so that we can get all the glass bottles over.
Okay. Is the gatekeeper nearby?
Yeah.
I'm asking out of character, I'm sorry.
Yes, they're very nearby.
Okay. Gatekeeper, would it be possible to open up the moon bridge in the physical realm just this one time? Or what would it take for us to allow this to open up on the physical side?
I don't see why you want it to. Look, why don't you just collect recycling there? It creates a shimmer, and with everything going off right now, I don't want to risk bringing any human eyes on this set. Full stop. The police are going wild. We've been fighting. We've got news of the Skinner, the missing kinfolk, just everything. My goal is for us to be calm and intelligent about this.
No, you make good points. Plus, we can put to use the recycles that we have here now to some use.
Yeah. I know Stephen Town Hall is going to try and take it to City Hall again. So, that's fine. But I'm not opening. Gotta go into the Umbra, and then I'll petition the spirits.
Well, Dimitri, Steven, do you have anything to say? Because I'm on their side. I'm all for breaking up cops, tearing them down, but like they said, we gotta be smart about it.
Fine. I can concede to that.
On the bright side, Steven, we now have a stockpile of bottles for here.
That's true. As he looks at William, he looks William up and down. He gets real up into William's face, like this just intense look.
I won't budge an inch.
You got money.
Yeah.
How about you buy us the parts we need for a bomb? Fertilizer's expensive these days. You're a glasswalker, right?
Last I know.
So you know chemistry and shit?
Not my area of expertise, but to some degree.
Yeah. Dimitri, we're back in business. We're gonna go bigger.
So we're gonna make a fetish bomb instead of fetish Molotovs?
No, we're still gonna make fetish Molotovs, but then we're just gonna make a regular ass bomb. What I was thinking is no, sorry, Dimitri, you're not a Hamid-born. William, I've heard this through the grapevine, that there's a story about 3 little pigs.
Yep. And the wolf.
Big
huffed
bad
and
wolf.
puffed.
Well, so the wolf huffed and puffed, but it's just because they wouldn't let him in because he looked like a fucking wolf. So what I'm thinking is we do a pig in a blanket where we grab a cop off the street, we strap the bomb to him, we break his legs so he's howling in pain and bust his teeth so he can't talk, cut out his tongue so he can't form words, and then when they bring him into the police station to get him fixed up, we hit the button, Bob's your uncle, no brick house is gonna stand up to this huffing and puffing. That's why they tell these stories to children, Dimitri, so they come up with smart plans like this and understand that they can't be outsmarted by no fucking pigs.
Dimitri's just gonna nod along.
Steve and I applaud the ingenuity. I do. But we have wit on our side versus the pigs. We could just dump the bomb from the Umbra into the physical realm in their building.
Maybe, but they're all gathered around the body at that point.
And what's to say they don't just take him straight to the hospital?
Maybe. That's easy. You got pew-pews. Just shoot around them. Start shooting out traffic lights and things like that. They think they're under attack. And they'll drag his happy slab of ham into the police station.
Could also just rent a helicopter and drop the bomb on him.
Alright, yeah, that's fine. We put the pig in the helicopter and we drop him down squealing. And we just go wee 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 all the way home. Kaboom!
You mean all the way to multiple homes?
I mean...
Because he'll be over there, and there,
there you
and
go.
there, and there.
Hell yeah, William. You got it.
I think we can... I think we're getting somewhere now.
Alright. So, I got a talent for you two. Hands you the talent. And we're going to pay our happy gatekeeper here. And let's go. I'm chomping at the bit.
Alrighty.
Alright. Zeb, you're just doing your right. Sorry, you chose the path of education.
I'm good. The only thing I will do, if I can, during constant learning, Zeb will check in with his family, and via text on his awakened phone that he's got. Otherwise, It'll be constant book learning.
All right, so you send out that text, and meanwhile, Cora, Mark, as you're moving, you get to another big fissure you got to jump.
Spectacular.
All right, and I need a strength athletics, difficulty 4, and you need a total of 5 successes to get to the other side. If you're in lupus form, you need a total of 4 successes. What forms are you in?
I'm in lupus.
Lupus.
Okay, thank you. Successfully leap. You jumped. All right. And as you both jump, I need a willpower roll, diff 10. Okay. Cora, you land. You seem all right. And Mark, there's a spirit in one of the nearby caves. It looks emaciated as it takes deep, labored breaths. It looks like an abandoned bear spirit, almost a cub. Help. Help.
Mark will get the attention of Cora and say, hey, there's a bear spirit in there.
Do I see it?
You do not.
What are you talking about, Mark?
Mark, her eyes can't see. She's not as attuned to the spiritual.
Mark will approach carefully to the edge of the cave. Who
As-
are you, little one?
I am sleeps the coldest months. As he turns, you see this raked wound along his leg. I ask your assistance to heal me.
I want to use Sense Worm on him.
Okay.
What's my diff? 6 or...
In this whole area, yeah. Roll. It doesn't matter. You just get the abyss smells of the worm, and it makes any individual sensings of the worm impossible.
Mark will ask, is what did this to you nearby?
No, I've been carrying it some time. Could you see if it's infected, please? Could you help me, please?
Coral, squint her eyes. Mark, there's nothing there. What? Let's go. We have to find Kyle.
Perception medicine if you want to see if it's infected.
Mark will try to see it from the cave.
Okay.
Because he's still distrustful, but he's still kind of falling for it.
Sure.
So, perception medicine, you say?
Yep. Diff 6? Or Diff 8, I'm sorry. Diff 8.
Okay, Diff 8.
As you're trying, and the bear spirit simply looks at you and goes, I think it was too late. As its head rests down and its ephemeral body gets absorbed into the rocks of the abyss around it.
Mark is gonna kind of jilt in surprise and motion that he's kind of wants to go in the cave and look at Cora.
Cora will shake her head. No. Anything in those caves? Last time, it was scary. We need to find Mark. Or we need to find Kyle.
Mark will look back into the cave, and Mark is going to listen to the Garu that's been here before, and not him.
All right. And so the moon sets, and everything becomes sensory deprivation. Could I get perception primal urge rolls from both Cora and Mark again? All right. So, Cora, despite the sensory deprivation, you feel something kind of come up. You feel smooth walls on your sides. Just on your sides right now.
That's weird. I'm gonna explore a little bit with my hands and reach up, see if they go super. Well, I don't have hands right now.
Oh,
Never
no.
mind.
Yeah.
I'll just go up on the side of it, like
Yep. As you're climbing up with your paws, you hit a ceiling that also feels of smooth metal. As your paws come back to land on the dirt of the abyss, it also feels like smooth metal.
Do I smell anything?
No.
Is Mark still with me?
You can't see nor hear him.
I can hate that. Cora will, I guess, hunker down for a minute.
As you hunker down, you hear a eerie creaking noise. And it feels like the ground beneath you slides slightly. Like metal just creaking.
You know how canines kind of like shuffle forward when they're down?
Mm-hmm.
She'll do that just to make sure she's aware of what's going on around her.
As you shuffle forward, your nose bumps into something smooth like metal. And it presses against your snout a little bit. And you feel a little bit of tingling on your sides now.
I'll back up, because
as your back
feels
hits,
like it's a box.
Back hits smooth metal, and you hear a creak again, and the box pushes you forward, and your nose taps the front, and it creaks again, and it feels like you're starting to get confined a little more. Mark, you are hearing another spirit. It is a wind spirit, coughing. The winds here grow still, kin.
Mark will be caught by surprise and look around for Cora.
It's almost pitch black. The only thing you see is the spirit, a swirling bit of breeze trying to hold itself together.
Please, I just wish to pass on through.
Please give me something to sustain me at least. I ask that you create wind with your arms, just enough so that I can feel like a breeze again.
Would that not push you deeper in the cave?
No, please, I need this. My gnosis is spent and my essence soon will leave me if I do not get wind.
Mark will change into Hispo form.
Okay.
So that he can still kind of be wolfy, but have a bigger lung capacity.
Okay.
And he'll take a big snort in and then try to kind of like at it. Not like because I know wolves and dogs don't really like they don't like blow. They don't have like lips.
Sure.
So he kind of wants to like heavily pant, like
Okay, so can I get a stamina primal urge? Diff 6, please.
And I'm going to ask myself, because it's like respiratory, would my scar affect it? The difficulty?
That would be... Yes, it would affect the difficulty.
Okay, so it'd be diff 8 then, I think.
Okay, yes.
Alright, so stamina...
As you breathe and you see the wind creak, you actually see a split in the wind and blood starts pouring out. An eyeball rolls out and it goes, "What was in your lungs?" As you blow and its fingers break back and it blows away in this bloody mess. As you just hear down the abyss, splat, splat, splat.
Still in Hispo form, Mark will turn around to where he thinks the noise is like coming from downward, like, you know, because you said the noise is coming from downward?
Yeah, because you saw the spirit fall back and then you just heard the splat, splat, as its body, you breathing on it seems to have ripped it asunder.
Mark
Cora?
will just be caught aback by what he just done. Not really know how to feel about it. And he seems a little lost because he can't find Cora, so he's going to step away from the edge.
That he can think of. He can't see anything beyond.
Yeah.
That spirit was the only thing he could see in a pitch void of nothingness.
Okay. Mark is gonna... Can I change... there's a roll I know I can make to maybe, like, change my vocal cords and maybe spend a willpower, so maybe I can, like, whisper.
2 hearts.
So, because you're in Hispo, you can actually spend 1 willpower to say a single word, which would be 2 hearts. So...
And I will do that. I will spend a willpower and kind of, much like Sam described the player, kind of like hunkered down and like kind of slowly shimmying and just go,
2 hearts.
Cora, you hear this muffled thing, but you're not sure quite what it is, as there is another creak, and now you feel the top of the box pushing against your back, your nose pressed, your sides, and your back starting to be pressed.
Cora is gonna try and see if she can push the walls and the ceiling. Do I have enough time to change into Hispo?
If you do, yeah. You can try that. Yeah. Be stamina
okay.
primal urge, diff 7, or point of rage.
Oh my god.
Not a botch, technically, as you rolled 1 success, but you are unable to shift. And there's another creak, and now you're starting to feel yourself being really compact.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then she's gonna just try to, like, rise up and see if she can push anything.
Okay. Strength athletics.
Okay. So I did a diff of 6, because I didn't know.
Yeah. As you're pushing, and there's a creak, and it feels like the bones in your arms break against the pressure. Creak as... You feel your organs spilling out of you, but you're somehow conscious for all of it. Creak, as your skull splits, your eyes roll, your teeth shatter, as the box you are in gets smaller and smaller, and you are liquefied, but are still conscious. The moon rises. Both of you are unscathed, both in Hispo form, or Mark in Hispo form, Cora still in lupus. The abyss waits.
Cora is not a happy camper right now.
Mark will describe his night to 2 hearts.
Well, I was crushed in a box. Let's find Kyle. She'll just start walking. She's so grumpy. She's mad.
So, Dimitri, William, after a day, you finally get to Sept of the Green, jumping moon bridges. Alright, Dimitri, you, me, children of the streets, and we know where all the best recycling is. William, you're a child of the bourgeoisie, and you know where all the best shops are. I've been reading.
Have you now?
Sure have.
Doesn't sound like children of the streets to me.
Listen here. Just because I got a no-grade education doesn't mean that I don't have the smarts. I went to, what does it Hamid say? The School of Hard Knocks. And I stole this piece of literature fair and square.
No, that all sounds great. I just didn't expect you to read. But good for you.
Dimitri, let us take our leave of the elite. We're children of the earth.
We'll catch up with you later, William.
All right, Dimitri. Make sure he doesn't get into too much trouble.
I could never.
We'll be doing plenty of that soon enough.
I'll get him into a little bit of trouble as a treat.
There it is. Dimitri's the best.
So I guess I'll start making some phone calls to purchase the ingredients to make the device.
Yep. You're making phone calls, buying things, probably buying a lot of things in cash, asking people to buy things for you. Going slow so that you don't end up in a list. It'll take probably a week.
I was going to say,
2
can't
weeks.
I use digital credit cards that just poof after it's used?
Sure, you can do that. But if a bunch of cameras collect the same dude picking up supplies with mysterious digital credit cards that go poof, someone is going to notice.
Fair. This is why I, George, don't think things like this.
So you're getting like a little network of people, different people who you're giving the money to and the digital extra credit cards to, just so that you keep your nose clean of it. So it'll take about a week, while Dimitri, you and Steven have been collecting Molotovs, and you end up stealing about 30 gallons of gas, where you're shown a bone gnaw ritual that fills some of the bottles, and then this fetish, maybe closer to a talent, is like a miracle. Through one bottle, you're able to fill 5 with enough ingredients to create Molotov cocktails. Old bone gnaw's secret. Great fetish.
Awesome.
Zeb, you get a text from your sister. She's doing okay. Things are still pretty elevated in, Kansas City, given the anthrax scare and things like that. But she is sending you her care and her love.
He will only warn her about market volatility and to make sure that she and her friends maybe act a little bit sooner than later. And then he'll get back to his book reading. Or his learning.
Meanwhile, in the abyss, once again, Mark, Cora, I need you to do a strength athletics roll, difficulty 7, to climb down. If you're in lupus form, it is diff 9, because this will require handholds.
Okay. Strength athletics checks, baby.
Diff 9 if you're in lupus, or hispo form, because you're gonna need hands. It'll be diff 8 in Krynos because of your body weight.
Do we have enough time to assess what's going on and change?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Cora is just gonna spend a rage and change into Glabro.
Okay.
Hands.
Mark will take his time to change into Glabro.
All right. Make a roll.
Diff 6. Bam.
As you start going down, you're doing pretty well, but Cora, as you're getting your hand in some of the handholds, your hand feels entrapped on all sides by the stone, as it's reminding of your vision. I need a willpower roll, diff 8, please.
For sure.
All right, you're able to keep your cool. Meanwhile, Mark, as you're climbing down, you take a slight breath, and your breath blows away some of the sand, revealing the jagged features of a spirit that has long since been fused to this wall. Its jagged figures remind you of your vision the night before, and I will need a willpower roll, diff 8, please. All right, you're able to keep your cool. As you both come down, and you start to hear a familiar voice calling out to you.
Mark, Cora, is that you?
For fuck's sake, finally.
Oh, how do you fare here?
I honestly don't remember. I fell, but that's really it.
You fell real fucking far, dude.
He's been searching for you for what feels like days. In a sense, running in the Nightmaster was a Gaia sent.
Well, who's to say how this place works? We could have been climbing down next to each other for all we know.
Well, Cora, look at him. You're doing okay, huh? Nothing broken?
Oh, I mean, I'm fine. There was no one around to hold me back, so...
Rude?
Mark will kind of raise his eyebrow. Holds you back, huh?
Oh, I mean, I guess I wouldn't really understand, but like, what does it feel like to constantly be failing forward? To make the wrong choice at every opportunity and still be dragged onward? To let everyone else do the thinking for you? The darkness in your minds purged by Erebus, but you're still treading the same failures.
Well, it fucking sucks, I tell you what, but also, fuck. What is with your attitude, buddy?
Kyle will turn angrily towards Cora. At least when you were younger, you weren't afraid to move forward, Cora. But now you sit, inactive, while the world worsens and burns. You shake and you cower like a pup. And you, Mark, so full of hollow profundities, so much to say and nothing practical or effective to be found. Is the nation so desperate for Athro that the standards have fallen? And Kyle will shift into Krynos.
Initiative, please.
For sure.
All right. Mark, what are you doing this round?
Mark is gonna get his unicorn arsenal ready for this round, because I know we didn't have the prep time, and this was all, so he'll take that turn. But while he's doing it, he's gonna kind of like try to petition Kyle, because he's like, Kyle, what are you doing?
Kyle, what are you doing this round?
Kyle is going to spend some rage for dodging, dazzling Cora, and clawing Mark.
Cora, what are you doing?
I am going to spend 2 rage.
Okay.
1 to turn into Krynos, and then 1 to get behind Kyle and grapple him to try and hold him, like kind of like they do when they frenzy.
Sure, and 1 for dodge then.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay, so you get to roll for that. Kyle, you get to dodge.
And Kyle's also going to spend a willpower to activate his gift, Flow Like Water.
Okay.
Just the one that if I'm attacking and if I'm taking, if I spend a rage to take both a defensive and attack action, reduce the difficulty of both actions by 1.
Okay, that's a good grapple.
Oh yeah, it might not matter though.
It's okay. Dazzle is a spoken thing, so you can still dazzle Cora, and she'll let go. All right, so you are grappled, Kyle, but you're looking Cora right in her eyes.
What's your willpower, Cora?
7.
Thanks, friend.
Yeah, thanks.
Dazzled, razzle-dazzled. Cora, as you let go and you sit down and start quietly contemplating Gaia.
Love it.
And then clawing Mark.
And Mark's not dodging.
Nope.
All right, 2 roll over. But you do get to soak, Mark, with your Hispo stamina. Oh no, you're in your
Glabro.
You're in Glabro, yes. So you take 1 point of aggravated damage, Mark.
Okie dokie.
All right. With that, Mark, what are you doing this round?
I have Unicorn Arsenal activated then.
Correct.
Mark is gonna spend a rage to transform into Krynos. And then spend... Ooh, actually, yeah, I'll just go for the grapple too.
All right. Cool. Kyle, what are you doing this round?
Dazzle Mark.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
That's it. All right. Mark, what's your willpower?
7.
You are dazzled as you are unable to grapple, and you slowly stop and start contemplating Gaia. So, we'll just go through the initiative. So, Mark is dazzled. Kyle.
Kyle is going to gently just get Mark up and toss him into the abyss.
Thanks, buddy.
Perfect. And Cora is dazzled. All right, as you gently lift Mark he's still in his Glabro form because he hasn't changed yet. He looks like a wee babe in your arms. As you look down at him, phoom. Mark, you're no longer dazzled, and you got the view from halfway down. But until then, let's see what happens next round. Kyle, what are you doing this round?
The same thing to Cora.
All right, it's not as gentle. It's harder. It's a kind of like army lift. As you just gently, Cora, Mark, you both snap out of dazzle. The image of Kyle is gone. I need a stamina roll, a stamina athletics roll, diff 8, please. All right, Mark, you get a hold of the thing. It rips the claws from your hands as you take an additional 3 points of aggravated damage as your fingers are trying to hold onto the edge of the abyss, grinding down into nubs as you catch on the second knuckle as you're able to throw yourself on and you feel your shoulder dislocate, landing. Cora, you take 5 points of aggravated damage as you reach, you grab, your arm swings, you catch yourself, you basically swing up, lose your grip, start falling, and on one of the jagged edges, it cleanly cleaves off your arm at the shoulder. As you strike the earth, your arm lands across your chest, and you have blood gushing from your body near Mark, as you are so deep in the abyss that it is basically sensory deprivation, and you may have to stay here a couple days till the moon is brighter.
Mark is going to help Cora with her arm first.
You can't see it. You can only smell it. You just smell blood everywhere.
Mark will let off some, just took a hit, coughs. Cora?
Cora will... I don't know. Yeah, you can lick your own shoulder. Tell me that I put this on my cheat sheet.
Cora, as you pick up your arm and you just basically hold it there, and there's this hot steaming noise as muscle fibers are reconnecting.
Can I hear him talking?
You can hear him. It's muffled, though. It's like listening to him through like a swimming pool, like he's talking underwater at you.
Mark, you okay?
No, to be honest. And he'll try to set his shoulder.
Kyle, as you're moving down the abyss, there's more things that you see tempting of beautiful treasures. Some of them could even be fetishes, but you're not entirely sure. When you see a spirit leaning against a crag, it's old, it's gnarled, it almost looks like a root, but it's also crafted of dirt.
Have I ever seen a spirit like that before?
You have not. And the abyss is getting dimmer because you were getting deeper down.
What is the moonlight like? Right, like how much more moonlight do I have?
So you've got maybe a couple hours worth of moonlight. But
I'll politely greet them.
You search for your companions.
My companions and one other.
Your friends walk a different path than you. You walk a path of the metal associated with Helios. They walk a path associated with your own patron. The other one you seek is upon a path of an ore human's mine. It is the dark path, the final age, some say.
You know quite a bit of my quest and my companions.
I am a spirit who knew many things, lost for some time, and now I know of lost things, and they are lost.
Kyle will kind of look around the best that he can. I don't suppose one of those paths is closer than the other, or that makes much sense here.
You have to fix what's broken before you can add to the whole.
Well, then I suppose I'm off to find Mark and Cora.
Best of luck. You'll have to do some climbing.
Up or down?
Down.
It is always down. What was your name, Spirit?
I have forgotten.
Well, Kyle is not spiritual enough to name a spirit.
So Kyle keeps on going. Meanwhile, Zeb, it's been about a week. Another week. You're still learning, but you're getting closer, right?
Yeah.
It is February 13th when you get a desperate text from Shadow Dagger going, "Why are you not with your packs? And why is William building a bomb near the Bon?"
So I will. Can I take a break from studying to make
You have
a
to
call
finish.
to this?
You can make the call, but you have to keep studying the full 5 weeks.
I mean, I'm not leaving. I
Yeah,
just want to know
sure.
if I can make a call.
Yeah, you can make a call.
I'll spend a gnosis through my device to call William.
Okay. William, you, Dimitri, and Steven are in a nearby alley, close to the Sept of the Green, but far enough out so that it's not dangerous as you put in the final finishing touches on your bomb, as Steven's like, "Oh, that's a beaut. Look at these, though. Dimitri, we gotta hand these out to the people, and we gotta go to town first, and then we can use the bomb." As William, your phone. Doot, doot.
On the third buzz, I'll pick up.
All right.
I want you to think very long and hard about what you're doing right now and who you're going to do it to. I might have one eye, but I see everything. And I love you two to death, but I was hoping you might act like grown warriors for the divine. And it sounds like we are on some kind of fucking boondoggle. And who's ever told you two that this was a good idea, well, I'm sure I love them very much too. And I can guess. Do not do this thing that you are alleged to be doing and preparing for with resources that you have accumulated from many of the people that you know and love and care about. Because other people go to the place that you're targeting, not just assholes that we don't like.
He sounds kind of mad.
Well, yeah, Steven, that's Zebulon for you.
There is somebody that you know pretty well, or you should learn or meet in Washington, D.C. Mother there has some youths that are planning some things. If you all want to take it to somebody, I think you should talk to them and divert yourself from this thing you're doing right now for a place that we've been desperately trying to protect. And I think some of their ideas will align with the things that you're looking to do, and Mother might give you all some guidance, if you feel me.
Sure.
I love you three. Stay off the grass.
Do you have enough money for another bomb? Just asking.
Technically,
So
I do.
What if we just threw...
You no longer have the resources for that.
Okay, I was gonna say, what if we just threw the bomb in, like, the garage? Took out all the cars. Then we're not hurting the innocents like, you know, Papa Zeb talked about, and we're doing some good in the world.
I think
Wasting
it has
government resources.
I think it has less to do with injuring the enemy and more about protecting the Sept here.
They're not gonna tie it back to the Sept here. He's a old fuddy-duddy.
Well, if Zeb found out about it, I'm sure there's some people that are also already acutely aware something is about to go down.
Fine.
Zeb was kind of right. He might only have one eye, and though he might not have seen this himself, he's got contacts.
He's a goddamn elder with fucking Strider magic. Of course he saw this. You're trying to compare that to a fucking cop? A guy who won't see anything unless it's got one eye and it's called a fucking donut?
It's not the cops that I'm worried about.
Fair enough. Well, let's go to DC then. As chaos continues, the packs remain divided, hurt, and confused. And we will find out what happens next time. Thank you to everyone who listened. We'll catch you in that next episode. Bye.
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 Help.